the compressor guru. Where are we going today?
We are going to a boat. Don't ask me much more than that, but we're going to go look at a boat that has an air compressor on it. Actually, 2 air compressors on it. And we're going to talk to the captain about the air.
Okay. I know this is a little bumpy because we're traveling, so we'll see you at the boat.
Welcome back to the Compressor Guru. You are lucky enough to have me, the guru, running the camera because the wife is a claustrophobe, and we're down in the bowels of the Palmetto, and we're with Captain John, and we're going to talk today about why ocean-going vessels use Quincy air compressors.
That's right.
Now,
that's
beside you, John, what do you got?
Yep, so off here on my starboard side, we're in the stern of the vessel. This is the main engine location. These Quincy 325Ls, brand new. They were just installed here in October. And this is the life of this whole vessel as far as main engines and main generator. Everything runs or starts off of air. So without these, we can't start our mains and our main generator. Now we can run the auxiliary in emergency, but we still need these to fire up to get power to the main engines. So we got twin tanks on both sides, port and starboard, same units, just replicated, a little bit different, but it's the majority of the same setup. Again, basic redundancies. So we run this side, we'll run it for 24 hours, and then we will switch to the opposite side for 24 hours. And this supplies everything from the air horns in the pilot house, air, to any pneumatic hoses or tools that we may have to use on deck. So we'll have that supply needed as we need. But the old units we have were from the early 90s, excuse me, I'll say late 80s, early 90s. They worked great. We had some minor repair work, some overhaul work done the past few years, and then noticed just a little downfall with some of the work, so we decided to go the route with requisitions to get new units to supply this vessel life for many more years to come. These units here are going on 5,000 hours, and were installed in 2016. So we want to extend the life of all of this state-owned equipment. So this, starting with this, we can't have anything else. So this, in my opinion, would be one of the most important units, safety-wise, on this boat to have air, and good air, fast air. They fill up pretty quick.
When I originally got hooked up with Quincy directly in the early 80s, they told me about most ocean-going vessels use Quincy compressors.
That's right.
And I said, why? And they said, well, they're the heaviest built, most over-designed, overbearing, over everything, and they are designed to meet specs far above every other compressor in the recip market.
Sure.
And I will argue this with anybody in the business, that Quincy recips are the best compressor in the world. Now I will put a proviso on that. Quincy QR series, these are QR series.
That's right.
Are the best compressor in the world. And if you're 100 miles offshore and want to make sure when you turn the generator on that the compressors run, that's what you want.
Right. And we do work in a salt environment. It does get wet. The tank, the walls will swell in here. We'll get moisture. So obviously we do have routine maintenance. We have a lot of things that we have to monitor, maintain, and check on our own. But as far as this setup goes, this is what our original ship's engineer from the 90s had designed. So we're going to keep with it because it works. And Dwayne did a great job getting this stuff set up. So we're going to continue on with his work, keeping it the same way.
Now you said something interesting, that the motor and all the power on board is 3-phase 208.
That's correct.
And do you want to explain that a little bit?
Yeah, so our boat runs that 3-phase 208 for multiple reasons. Mainly it's just to work with all of our electrical issues, but I'd say overall we need the power, we need the safety features of the 3-phase. It can cause some electrical issues when you have maintenance done. You always got to double check your pumps or your motors, even gauges we got to check sometime, electrical gauges. But these 5 horsepower motors that are built for the 308, they're getting a little harder to find sometimes with those ratings.
I can take care of you, that's
So,
no problem.
For us, we're lucky we found a couple, so we got a backup for one of them.
Okay.
But those are new too. Those were put in, I want to say in 16, so they're pretty new. And they work fine. They work great. They're pretty quiet. These new compressors are very quiet compared to our old compressor units.
Now, do you have in your crew, do you have somebody that's well-versed in electric?
Not really. It's kind of all, we don't have an electrician. We have a go-to gentleman that we work with through the state that knows this boat. And if we can't figure it out, he'll come down. But we know the basics of how to get things hooked up and operate on the boat. But any technical issues, we always refer to the professionals.
Mm-hmm. Now, the reason you got hooked up with the Guru was you had an issue with a check valve.
We did, yeah. We had a check valve on our port side unit, which is behind us here.
Why don't you just step over there?
Yeah, we'll step over here and be that one. Take a shortcut. So again, same thing.
Hold up.
Yeah.
Let me get where I'm going.
Yeah.
Okay.
That'll help you. All right, so here we are at the port side unit. Same Quincy 325L. It's the matching unit. Same setup, same tank design. A little bit different water separators there, which will be changed out here. This unit was giving us some high heat feedback here and was drawing like 21 amps. So we started kind of looking at the electrical side. We went through a new bearing and an old pump, put a new motor in rather, and then put a new switch in for the 3-phase 208, and then started working our way through. When I first reached out to Bud, we were somewhere in the middle of this process, trying to think of what else it could be. And he walked me through checking the check valve, diagnosing it to see if you have air coming back. This check valve here, so we'll check it at the port. We don't have a port selected to it, but we'll pull that to check to see if air is coming back through the system at a lower pressure so you don't hurt yourself. But as long as you don't have air coming out of here, you're good. That was the problem. We're having the air coming back into the head unit. And that was causing this to overheat, and it just sounded terrible. All right, my name is John O'Brien, State of South Carolina's Department of Natural Resources. Natural Resource does not endorse or promote the Compressor Guru or Steiner's compressors.
That's the legal aspect.
That's right.
We aren't on the hook with DNR for pretending that we are endorsed by you guys, but we appreciate you guys.
That's right. I'm here to
Thank you.
share it. It's all great stuff.
Okay, so we're on the Palmetto. This is why they use Quincy compressors on seagoing, ocean-going vessels, because they're overbuilt, over-engineered, over-designed, and they last well. Thank you. God bless. Come back for another episode. We're going to be doing another episode with a tour of the ship. God bless. Bye.